Hi everyone, Bridget Jelly here from The Effect. Just got off a webinar with ALPMA, which is the Australasian Legal Practice Management Association. We did 2 webinars with them over the last few months on how to lead and manage through anxiety and uncertainty. So really relevant stuff for what's going on in the world at the moment. Great bunch of people, really interactive, which is really cool when you're doing a webinar. For those of you who have done them, they can be quite tricky because you don't get that, that feedback that you normally do when you're in front of people. But I guess, we had some great discussions there, and one of the main things that I pointed out, I guess, to people in terms of when you're leading teams with this, there is anxiety present and people are worried about stuff, is to check in with people. As a leader, it's making that time to check in with your team. It doesn't have to be a deep and meaningful conversation. Just something simple like, how's it going? How are things? What's happening? Do you want to have a chat or a virtual cup of coffee or whatever? But it's really important now as leaders that we do check in with our people and encourage them to check in with us too. And I know it can be a bit awkward and not always comfortable, but you're better off doing it than not. So I highly recommend taking the time just to check in with your folk. Also, something really interesting that came out of the webinar was that a lot of the Australian people have done mental health first aid training, which is very cool. I know it's quite big over in Australia and it's getting there in New Zealand, but that is something else to consider, is getting mental health first aid training within your organisation. I think it's very worthwhile to increase awareness and also education, because we know those two things help with breaking down the stigma. So 2 bits of advice for you today. Check in with your people and look into mental health first aid training. It's definitely worth a crack. All right, stay safe everyone, and I'll try and post a few more videos. Take care.